All right, guys, we have another shop day where our main focus today is getting angry back on the trail. Main thing to get done today is get this bed out. I don't know, I think we shared this in one of our West Virginia podcasts where the bed gets hot. Now it doesn't get hot enough to ruin like any of our cameras or anything because we do carry all the cameras on angry. But you know, you have a ice chest full of ice. Ice is going to be melted a few hours into it. Yeah. And then this is a universal thing amongst many different machines, but what I'm going to try to do is put some of the heat tape underneath it, not where you can see it from the outside, but hopefully maybe reduce the amount of heat that comes into the bed. And we did receive a product that we're going to test out that is somewhat of like a bed cover, so we'll get that installed. We got some new harnesses that I'm going to test out, and then wood brackets we got to reinstall. So that's the main three things we're going to get done today. So let's get after it. So first thing, because we're changing up our storage option on Angry, we're going to take our net out. Then we're going to move to taking the bed out.
We were just talking about that thing you have in the bottom there.
Oh yeah. So he said his, Doug mentioned that his didn't come with like this liner.
Yeah.
But it's bolted in through the little retainer bolts off to the side where it doesn't come out. But it feels like it's kind of has some type of adhesive underneath it too. I don't know. Maybe that was Polaris's way for the heat reduction because the bed's so shallow. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Now that net, you know, how many days were in West Virginia?
4.
Rode 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
That net did perfect. Holding the 2 waterproof bags and the ice chest, no complaints. So this new storage deal doesn't work out. That's exactly what I'll go back to. What I'm hoping with the new storage deal is that I have something that locks, and then I don't have to put all the camera equipment in bags. I can just put it in its, you know, cases that it's already in, and then not have my tools in this big heavy bag, so I can just grab what I'm looking for. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That infamous day 3.
Right. Yeah.
Like I was miserable trying to get the heaviest bag from the back already up.
Over
14 hours. Like just already been riding for 14 hours, so I wasn't Mr. Enthusiastic about much.
That's what that one guy commented. I'd have needed like a couple hours and something about get all the cuss words out after that trip or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, they were all warranted for sure. So we're just have some heat tape. What I'm gonna do is run strips. I'm assuming where these ribs are is where it sits on the frame, you know, to help with essentially the weight being on that frame. So I don't want it shown like if you're looking from underneath it. I don't want anybody to know that it's there. So I'm gonna just stay on the inside. I'm just gonna run it down, run it down. I actually have some adhesive stuff. Our good friend Ronnie actually turned us on to this stuff. Apparently this helps it, any type of adhesion to stick better to surfaces, especially plastic surfaces. So I'm gonna get this cleaned off, wiped off, rubbed down with that, and then go to taping. And I'm not saying do this. I don't even know if this is gonna work. Well, I'm just saying I'm tired of dealing with the damn heat in my bed, and I'm testing this out. Obviously, if it doesn't work, we will clearly let everybody know. What worries me about this thing is like it's got so many like little divots in it. All the divots you see on the outside are right there underneath. Or grooves, or however you want to say it. Is it a little more challenging than you thought?
Well, I just know that when you're working on stuff, you use the impacts, but you give me wrenches, so. Putting this 8-foot long bolt in here. I just couldn't get up high enough to reach it from down there. Extension is in.
Nice.
You gonna buy new seats?
No. Why? Did you tear mine?
No.
Wasn't the plan.
Well, because I had the squirrels eat 3 out of 4 of mine.
No.
It was back under in the stable,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Damn, bro.
And then I went to go unload something. I went to go use the winch last week,
Yeah.
and my winch wouldn't work. So I'm thinking they chewed some.
Choose some wire in the wind.
So now it's in the storage container.
Yeah.
If they get in the storage container, they can have it. So.
Damn, bro. That sucks.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We went to go to Ocala and went to go get it. I was like, what in the world? It's just, and it's like little patches like that big.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 of them just in like the bottom of the seat.
That sucks. What? How was your trip to Ocala?
It was good. You know,
Go ride?
what's that?
Is that a cool place to go ride?
It's a great place to go ride if you're wanting you know, a lot of area to ride, which is always nice.
So it's just open?
Well, no, it's all trails, but you know, Florida is different. It's all pretty much flat. It's all sugar sand. You're driving through, it's like, I mean, there's trees and stuff, but there's a lot of like palmetto bushes and stuff you're driving through.
So can you go fast? Is it like the same thing?
You can go fast. Yep. And they got big wide open areas. You know, you're not worried about somebody turning a blind corner and taking you out.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so it's a great place. It's, I forget what it costs. It was like $10 a person,
Oh, wow.
maybe $15 a person for like a 3-day pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
for the entire 3 days.
yeah. So it's like, you know, you can't beat that. And then there's campgrounds. There was a campground that I stayed at that was right across from the trailhead. You know, no cell service pretty much at all, but it was a good place to ride. We just went for a day, but we took the Rzr 200 out there. There were some people. There was this big like donut pit area, and these guys were watching. Tyler was driving the 200.
Just tearing it up.
Yeah, and he's like, "How do you like that thing?" I'm like, "Man, you'd be shocked at what it'll do. Like where all it'll go, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And sure enough, he did donuts in down in that sugar stand. Was able to get up out of it. They were impressed.
That was before you put the tune on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and we haven't had a chance. The boys haven't even ridden it since we got the tune. And you know, the tune is supposed to the fan's supposed to run it cooler, throttle response is supposed to be better, all that stuff. So we haven't had a chance to really see if there's any difference in that, but it's the stage 2, and I drove it down our road, and I got to 37 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
When before I could get to 25, 26. So, I mean, from a top end deal, yeah. So,
That's interesting.
so yeah, it'll be, I'm interested to see them drive it. And I did notice too, like throttle response.
More peppy?
A little bit, yeah, like you know, just moving it around the driveway.
Yeah.
And when you step on it, you know, I feel like there's a big lag between when they hit the gas and when it starts to move. It felt like that was gone away. So, but that's not, we haven't tested that.
You what?
I said we haven't tested that. Like that doesn't mean you should do it. It might be a bad thing. It may mess everything up. I don't really know. But as of right now, it seems pretty cool. So he should be able to. Now I will say it did go slow in those big open areas because it's that sugar sand, that real thick sugar sand.
Tires.
And it's 2-wheel drive. And I thought Tyler was slowing down because of the dust, but he was slowing down because it just wasn't going fast enough. I kept stopping. I'm like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah." And he does get those big whoops. Like,
Yeah, you got no.
I was like, "Is it too rough?" And he's like, "No, it's just not fast enough." So, you know, it's only be to the campground.
That done?
Bags in, extensions on, belts are on.
Where's the harness?
It's behind the seat. It's here.
Where is the harness?
You were serious about the harness too?
Yeah.
This
coverage.
fire extinguisher kit's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mount.
I've never had an issue with fire, but
I've heard.
with the kids' machines, that's more what I bought them for. If something happened and they couldn't get out quick, I wanted to have something available.
All right. So extensions on, harnesses are on, bags on, fire extinguishers in, whip brackets. What I need next.
I think this stuff's legit because I don't think I went out this far and I can feel a difference of it not. The other areas it stuck to it quickly.
Take the smoke?
No, it's that. Some type of adhesive promoter. And I must have not went out this far because it's been the first one not immediately just stick to it. And so you probably smell this rag.
Oh, yeah, smell something.
And you just all right, clean the surface, just pour it on a rag. You just wipe where you need it. My thought process behind doing this is just try to get as close as possible, slightly overlap, and just make sure it sticks. But I definitely would get this activator because on the pieces I've used it on, it's made a world of difference.
You know how you did it before on this bracket?
What?
Was it the longer part on the bottom, the base?
We'll match up the dirt outline.
Well, that's what they're really close. That's all I was trying to see. So before I spend more time on that.
And then also match up the holes maybe.
I think it's the longer one down.
Let me see.
Because this is up.
Yeah, it was able to be screwed, attached and unattached without taking the bracket off. Just trying to clean it up, make it look good. But one roll was enough. To me, that's impressive. Test out the new goodies.
I haven't even seen this.
So you actually have two options. They have a quick release lever, or you can permanently bolt them in. Oh, hell no. Let's turn that down. First, let's see. Do we see any silver?
I
don't. Oh, if you look up underneath it.
Yeah, no.
Nice. What we done there?
Where'd this come from?
In case we don't like it, we're not gonna say yeah.
Okay.
It might be.
Possibly marketplace.
People are gonna know where it came from, but I ain't gonna talk good or bad about it until we test it out. Oh. Some bitches big. Oh, I'm not a fan of that.
What's that?
There you gotta open it up.
All the
Okay,
way up.
holds itself up. How does this son bitch hold itself up?
Did it come with instructions?
Yes.
They should include like a document that says,
Maybe.
hey, in case you're wondering.
It might have. You might as well just bolt it in, because you got to take these off to get it installed.
What? No, well, I think they're thinking you can just flip that up and get it out
After it's installed.
after you install it. Yeah.
We'll try this way first. It does make everything shallower.
Not really. I mean, it's not very thick.
You know,
Like, this is much closer than I thought it was.
here's a tip. Don't put it in there until you install these.
Probably says it on the instruction.
No. Actually, it doesn't. But, now you know. What do you think is better? Bolt or lever?
The lever?
The lever is.
Because if you got to get out, you should just, I'm assuming you just flip it open and pick those up and take it out, right?
Boom, you're done.
I mean, that's
What you would assume.
what I would assume.
So, what we're doing is, I'm running it until this lever is at flush with the bottom, and it seems like that's
Get the other side.
making this, you know. Oh, won't open that way. It's got to open that way. Well, learn something else. Your lever is going to always be right there.
You can't just turn it though once it's down?
I mean, you're going to have to, you're going to be turning against the friction because it's going to be in a closed position. It's all going to be swelled out. So yeah, I think I'm going bolts. We're going bolts.
Gonna definitely do the more difficult way at first, just in case the easier way doesn't work out.
Exactly.
That sounds like something I'd do.
Hey, I've already had to pull this thing out once.
Well, because you didn't read the instruction. Read first. Do not put
Hey, don't
unit.
yell at me.
Do not put unit in the bed until.
No, it does not. Say
Okay.
All right, we're going bolts first. Hang tight while we knock this out.
Travis has a complaint. No, I'm just kidding. I was just like, I'm just looking at this, and this isn't. Like I said, I don't even know who this is from, but it's. It's here. We'll do this. All right. So I don't know.
I'm not knocking this company.
Yeah, I wish something like that. I was saying this is pretty good. It looks like a good fit.
Yeah.
I'd wish though that it would open a little lower here and a little shorter here, where you had room to put a cooler on top of it or something. That's always been my issue with something like this.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you can.
What his concern is like where do you put the drinks at?
Yeah.
You know? For me, I'm usually going to have another machine. So
Right.
that's really when I looked at it, I did think about that. I'm gonna get a soft cooler as long as I can fit all the camera equipment in here. You know, all I need is like for water. you
Right.
know, and so I'm going to. And we have some small soft coolers, but I need to maybe get a like heavier duty
Try
one.
to fit it all in there.
Yeah.
Because.
And
Well, go ahead.
And we have a soft cooler, but it's what I use in West Virginia, and it did okay. But ooh, shit. It did okay, but that actually went a lot smoother than I thought. I'm just felt my fingers almost getting pinched.
So that's what I was saying. Other than that issue, just from the initial look at it, this looks like it could be a good solution.
Yeah. Now there's a quicker way to do this.
Actually, it really hasn't been that long. There's a foam seal in here
Yeah.
to keep it out.
Foam seal. And it has the ability to lock. Which, I think I was telling this when I first was telling you about it, like, I know when I say it has the ability to lock, like, someone could break these locks off. Right. I mean, it is a little heavier duty than I thought, but I'm not an idiot. Like, someone could come through and damage that and get to everything we got here. But that's someone with bad intentions that's probably going to do that anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you had a lock on it or not, or regardless what your solution was, that's someone just with bad intentions.
Get the rest of it bolted in.
Yep.
Right. I think it looks good.
Yeah. I like the lines of it.
Yeah.
The bolts weren't that tough. I don't know why you'd want the oof. I don't know why you want the quick release. I guess just easy install.
You need a wrench, you just flip it up and pull it out, I guess.
Yeah. It really fell into place, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
A few minutes. I think it looks really good.
and I've had things on the back of machines like this before that had gaskets. Shock style, but I mean it goes up. I think all the tools will fit in here.
Yeah.
I think everything would fit besides maybe an ice chest.
Right.
So,
But and that's my whole point is I haven't seen one that would fit it.
yeah.
So it's not like this is not as good as another one I saw. That's just my whole spot.
No, you'd have. Someone has millions of dollars, they want to help us design one. We have great ideas that are not tested and market approved.
Yeah. And we're funny when the camera's off, so we can be hanging out and having a good time. So we laugh when the camera's not on.
Yeah, we have all of our deep conversations.
Looks good though.
All right, well, we will report back on if this is.
I'd be interested to see if dust stays out and stuff like that.
I didn't think
With
about
that foam,
Yeah,
there's a foam ring all the way around it, and it comes up inside of it. So
yeah. Our water, like my thing is moisture, man, with these damn cameras and everything.
is it, I don't know if it's thick enough. Maybe between the heat.
Well, what I'm hoping.
Actually, yeah. So that's separated. There's space between
There's a gap in
the
there.
top and the bottom. I wonder if it's the same down here.
But I'm talking about the water like from underneath it. Like you got this lip right here.
I think it would be more of just condensation building up in it.
You think condensation might happen?
Well, I don't know. That's the only thing I would be worried about. I wouldn't be worried about like rainwater or splash water. The way that's designed, I think it looks like it's going to keep it out.
Yeah.
But
Well, before you waste your money, we'll test it out here and then report back. Pro Rs don't have good bed space as is, so it's not like I'm losing much bed space. And the things I was putting in there were pretty shallow already. The ice chest is the only thing that somewhat stuck up because it was at an angle. And that netting was perfect, wouldn't you say? Like,
yeah, it was. But I never saw it. I don't think I ever saw it taller than this. So hopefully, you know what I mean? Like mine, everything stacks up real high, so it would never fit.
Actually, here, hold this. Let's go see. I got the ice chest over here. Oh, shit.
All right, we're getting ice chest.
So, this is just what we got. We use this thing for everything. The ball fields, back of the truck. Alright. So. Yeah. Now the reason why I don't lean it backwards is just a zipper on top, meaning as your ice melts, now you have a problem. You know, it's going to leak into your deal. So I will have to see what I could get that could be short enough to be in there.
Yeah.
If you like a lot of adult beverages, this is not for you. I'll tell you that much right now. Like, you ain't fitting a roadie in there. You ain't fitting this.
Right. Not that it won't fit. You can't put it upright.
Correct.
In it, yeah.
I mean, you could probably rig something on top, but as Doug alluded to earlier, like your issue is,
Yeah, where it opens up.
yeah, the lid's going to hit it when it opens up.
But I do think it'll do a good job with dust and water, keeping it out. My initial thoughts by looking at it.
I do too. All right, we're going to wrap up the last whip. Let's see what else we got to do. What sucks is all I want to do now is search up ice chest. Does anybody else have that problem? I've run into an issue and now that's all I can think about. Oh, wrong one.
Good, making sure you're paying attention.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I think the biggest positive about that, if it works out, is keeping the debris off. You know, the bags I wasn't too worried about because they're waterproof, but my ice chest, I mean, shit, it was new when we went. And when we got done with that ride, it did not look new anymore. Like it was covered in mud and dirt. And I mean, I know that's part of the game, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, I guess I gotta see that. Once you get the other one connected, we gotta make sure it doesn't interfere with the.
It won't. It'd be really close if it did.
I think no matter what, we can just be able to adjust it out. Got old man Doug over here.
Why am I old man Doug?
It's taking forever, my guy.
Yeah. Like you say, my back does kind of hurt.
All right, let's see. Can't be that lucky.
Huh? What'd you say?
Those I usually just put up underneath. It was only on the Ranger I did that like that.
Terrible example. Terrible example.
All right, let's go. On this. Well, note to self. Their storage box does not interfere with our whip mounts. That's pretty badass. See if we need to do any bending. Maybe slightly. We're talking about a hair.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Cross your rope.
Nice.
Well, another day in the shop. You're sweating.
I am sweating. Apparently I'm old too.
Now he's old.
And slow. but free, right? Like
Yeah. We still got a bunch of stuff to get done with Angry. We got to do an oil change. That's going to be a different video. We got some other things to knock out. So we're going to regroup. We're going to call it a day for this video. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Angry to kind of wrap up this project, or hopefully the next time after that video, you see us back on the trails. All right, check out the description of this video for links to all the products we've talked about. Things like the heat tape. It was the perfect amount underneath there. It doesn't show on the sides. Any other products we talked about, we will link in the description below. Using those links to buy those products helps us to continue to bring you great information like this video. Please hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to turn on notifications to show your support. If you thought this video was helpful or entertaining, please smash the like button, and thank you for watching.